Look at him, Starling. Tell me what you see.
Oh, he's a white male. Serial killers tend to hunt within their own ethnic groups. He's not a drifter. He's got his own house somewhere, not an apartment.
Why?
What he does with them takes privacy. He's in his 30s or 40s. He's got real physical strength, combined with an older man's self-control. He's cautious, precise, and he's never impulsive. He'll never stop.
Why not?
He's got a real taste for it now, and he's getting better at his work.
The unidentified subject is white and in his late 20s. He's someone you wouldn't notice at first. He's someone who'd blend into any crowd. Violent nature of the crime suggests a previous criminal record. Petty crimes, maybe auto theft. We've classified him as an organized killer. Careful, psychopathic as opposed to psychotic. He follows the news, has good hygiene, he's smart. Because he's smart, the only physical evidence you'll find is what he wants you to find. It's mobile, car in good condition. Our guess, Jeep Cherokee, tinted windows. Murders have all involved rapes. But rape without penetration is a form of piquerism, and that tells us he is sexually inadequate. Psychiatric evaluations will show a history of paranoia stemming from a childhood trauma, death of a parent, or family member. And now he feels persecuted and watched. Murder gives him a sense of power. Organized killers have a fascination with law enforcement. They will inject themselves into the investigation. They will even come forward as witnesses to see just how much the police really know. That makes them feel powerful, in control. Which is why I also think, in fact, I know, you have already interviewed him.
What am I looking at?
This just came in from the Atlanta field office. 12-year-old girl raped and murdered after she got off the school bus.
Atlanta?
Adairsville, 60 miles northwest of Atlanta.
Contact the case lead. See if he'll send us more info.
Lisa Dawn Porter disappeared after being dropped off at the driveway to her house. Her body was found in a wooded area 10 miles away. Cause of death was determined to be blunt force trauma to the head, probably from this rock. Marks on her neck also indicate manual strangulation from behind.
She was a cheerleader?
Majorette. They marched with the school band, twirled batons.
What else do we know about her? Habits? Personality?
By all reports, she was a good girl. No drugs, no alcohol, no boyfriends anyone knows of. Autopsy indicates that she was a virgin before all this.
Low-risk victim, low-risk setting.
Her clothes were disheveled. There was no debris on them, no dirt, no leaves. They think she was raped in a vehicle, but killed in the woods.
Disheveled how?
The buttons were misaligned.
So she undressed, probably when the unsub raped her, and then she got dressed again in a hurry. He either allowed her to do it or he encouraged it.
Mm-hmm.
He put the coat over her face?
That's how she was found. It was yellow. The young couple noticed it walking through the woods.
What do you think that means?
He places it over her head. It's like he's covering up what he's done or something. Maybe he's ashamed?
Okay, that's consistent with her getting dressed. He's concerned for her.
In that way, the child rapists can be concerned.
Let's say there's shame. What does that tell us about him?
This might be his first murder.
Good.
He's young.
How young?
Maybe another teenager? Someone that knew her?
Strangulation. Even 12-year-olds rarely comply. Takes real strength.
Mid to late 20s?
That's where I'd put him.
He intercepted her between the bus stop and her home, which is only a short distance away.
It's possible he knew when she was coming home from school.
The woods where she was found is a known makeout spot for the locals, so he's likely from the area.
Good.
Maybe they knew each other.
Can't assume that.
He could have threatened her at gun or knife point.
Absolutely.
If he knew her schedule, then he probably planned the kidnapping, which means he most likely planned the rape, but did he plan the murder? What does the crime scene tell us?
He left the body in full view at the scene of the murder. He left the murder weapon by the body.
And the yellow jacket? It's the opposite of hiding her.
All of this indicates a disorganized, spontaneous act. He planned the rape. He didn't plan the murder.
He might even feel bad about it.
Nice.